That's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away.
Cuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
These shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out.
What if everything we thought we knew about Beyoncé was a lie? For years, she's been crowned the queen of pop, flawless, untouchable, and adored by millions. But according to comedian Katt Williams, behind the glitter and Grammys lies something much darker. He's claiming Beyoncé didn't just dominate the charts, she ended careers, and maybe even lives. 12 people, gone or silenced, all supposedly connected to her rise. It sounds insane, right? But Katt isn't the only one saying it. Others in the industry, from insiders to ex-friends, have whispered similar stories for years. And now those whispers are turning into headlines. But where did all this come from? And why now? To understand that, we need to go back to the people who dared to cross her.
Katt Williams has never been afraid to talk. And that's exactly what makes Hollywood nervous. While most comedians chase laughs, Katt chases truths that many would rather stay buried. He's been in the game for decades, and every time he speaks out, chaos follows. Remember when he called out the biggest names in entertainment? Producers, rappers, executives? No one was safe. And just when the world started listening, he got canceled. They said he was crazy, bitter, or burnt out. But people who really paid attention noticed something different. Every time Katt disappeared, it was right after he exposed something big. To some, he's just a comedian who went too far. To others, he's the only one brave enough to say what everyone else won't. And now he's back. Louder, sharper, and more dangerous than ever. Only this time, he's not just talking about anyone. He's naming Beyoncé.
When Katt Williams started talking this time, he didn't just stir the pot, he flipped the entire table. During one of his latest interviews, he dropped a bombshell that left the internet frozen. He claimed that Beyoncé wasn't just responsible for ending careers, she might have blood on her hands too. According to Katt, 12 people, artists, insiders, and industry rivals were all connected to Beyoncé's rise, and every single one of them ended up gone, silenced, or destroyed. Some call it coincidence, others call it control. Within hours, social media exploded. Half the internet demanded proof, the other half said, "We've been saying this for years." The comments split into 2 armies: the truth seekers, digging through old interviews and timelines, and the Beehive defenders, ready to attack anyone who dared to question their queen. But as wild as Katt's claims sound, he's not the first to go there. Another name, Jaguar Wright, said almost the exact same thing long before Katt ever opened his mouth. She said Beyoncé wasn't just a pop star. She was something far darker, something powerful enough to destroy anyone in her way.
And if you think Katt's words were bold, wait until you hear what Jaguar said, because her version of the story had Beyoncé's legal team terrified. If there's one woman who's never been afraid to burn bridges, it's Jaguar Wright. She's the singer who went from performing with legends to calling them out, one by one. For years, she's been the industry's nightmare, a woman with receipts, rage, and nothing left to lose. Jaguar built her reputation on exposing Hollywood secrets. She's spoken about Diddy, Usher, Clive Davis. The names get bigger every time she talks. But nothing hit harder when she aimed straight at Beyoncé and Jay-Z. When Jaguar appeared on Piers Morgan's show, she didn't hold back. In front of millions, she claimed Beyoncé and Jay-Z weren't just music
music royalty. They were gatekeepers of something darker. She accused them of manipulating, silencing, and even removing people who got too close to the truth. The interview was so explosive that within days, it disappeared. Piers Morgan's team announced that they had to cut the segment after receiving a legal request from Beyoncé and Jay-Z's lawyers. That single move, the censorship, the silence, the sudden vanish, it sent the internet spiraling. People started asking the question no one was supposed to ask. If she was lying, why try so hard to shut her up? And from that moment, the story stopped being rumor and started becoming a pattern.
Because right after Jaguar's claims were buried, the internet began connecting dots, and the list of alleged victims began. Now, this is where the pattern starts to look unsettling, because every time a woman gets too close to Jay-Z, something strange seems to happen. Let's start with Blue Cantrell. Early 2000s, she was rising fast, fresh off her hit Hit 'em Up style. Then the rumors hit, a secret relationship with Jay-Z. Almost overnight, Blue vanished from the spotlight, and months later, she was found wandering the streets, reportedly suffering a mental breakdown. No follow-up, no comeback, just gone. Then came Maya, another talented voice, another whisper of an affair. Suddenly, radio silence. Her career, once unstoppable, was cut off like someone flipped a switch. No public scandal, no real explanation, just a name erased from the charts. And then Rita Ora. Remember the Becky with the good hair drama from Lemonade? All signs pointed to her. Photos, lyrics, timing, everything lined up. The beehive came for her hard. Her social media turned into a war zone. Within months, her career with Roc Nation dissolved, and she was out. It's hard to ignore the trend. Every woman linked to Jay-Z, whether by rumor or reality, faces the same fate: career destruction, mental collapse, or public humiliation. Coincidence? Or something carefully managed behind the scenes? Because right after Rita's downfall came the darkest story of all, one that didn't end in a comeback. It ended in tragedy.
And now we reach one of the most chilling stories connected to the Carters. Her name was Kathy White, purportedly a close friend and, according to some sources, Jay-Z's alleged mistress. In 2011, rumors began swirling that Kathy was pregnant and that Jay-Z was the father. It was never confirmed, but the timing raised eyebrows because just days after those whispers started to spread online, Kathy was gone. The official report said it was an aneurysm. No foul play, no investigation, case closed. But the internet didn't buy it. Soon after, Jaguar Wright reignited the story, claiming that Kathy's death wasn't just bad luck. It was a message. In one of her interviews, Jaguar alleged that Beyoncé knew exactly what was happening behind the scenes and that the situation went far deeper than anyone realized. She even went as far as to claim that Blue Ivy might not be Beyoncé's biological child, suggesting that the truth about Kathy White's death and the timeline of Beyoncé's pregnancy didn't fully line up. Now, to be clear, these are claims, not proven facts. No official evidence ever supported Jaguar's accusations, but still, the story refuses to die. Every few years, it resurfaces. The same details, the same questions, the same unease.
It sounds unbelievable until you realize this isn't the first time someone accused them of covering something up. After the Kathy White story resurfaced, Jaguar Wright didn't stop there. She went even deeper, connecting names, dates, and power players that most people would never dare to mention. According to Jaguar, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Diddy are all part of what she called a hidden network, a circle of influence that stretches from record labels to media outlets and even law enforcement. She claimed this network protects its own, erases threats, and keeps the industry running on silence. Her words were shocking, but not new. Online forums and TikTok investigators had been digging into similar theories for years. Strange deaths, sudden career collapses, and accidents that always seemed to benefit the same small group of people. Jaguar pointed to R. Kelly and Aaliyah as part of that chain, saying the truth about what happened to them was cleaned up long before the public ever knew the full story. She also hinted that anyone who tries to reveal too much end up missing, broke, or labeled unstable. Soon, the internet gave it a name: the Hollywood Cabal Theory, a web of powerful figures who allegedly pull strings strings behind the scenes, deciding who rises, who falls, and who disappears.
Of course, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have denied every single accusation. Their lawyers have called these claims baseless and defamatory. But here's the twist. Their silence in the face of these rumors only made the internet talk louder. When the Jaguar Wright interview started making noise, the response from the Carters was immediate and powerful. According to multiple reports, Beyoncé and Jay-Z's legal team contacted Piers Morgan's producers directly, demanding that the segment be removed from all official platforms. And within hours, it was gone. No clips, no re-uploads, no traces on the network's page. Just silence. The kind of silence money can buy. That move only fueled more suspicion online, because fans asked the obvious question. If the claims were false, why react so fast? To some, it looked like smart damage control. To others, it felt like proof that Jaguar had hit a nerve. Then, Katt Williams jumped back into the conversation with one simple line that set comment sections on fire. You can shut people up for a while, but the truth always finds a way out. And that quote, clipped, shared, remixed, reignited everything. Podcasts, TikToks, and YouTube channels began revisiting every strange disappearance, every old interview, every quiet moment in Beyoncé's timeline. Now the internet's asking the question louder than ever. As more celebrities start hinting, whispering, and confessing, will Beyoncé finally respond? So where does that leave us? Are Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright brave truth-tellers exposing Hollywood's darkest corners, or chaos creators feeding a story that was never real to begin with? Maybe it's both, because in an industry built on image and illusion, it's hard to know where truth ends and performance begins. Power protects itself, silence can be strategy, and fame, it turns every secret into a headline. Maybe these rumors are smoke without fire, or maybe they're whispers from people who finally stopped playing along. One thing's for sure, in Hollywood, the line between rumor and reality is thinner than anyone wants to admit. So what do you believe? Is Beyoncé protecting her throne or hiding her sins?